Republicans are using the crime issue as the big thing to attack Democrats with, right? So then what we should really be doing is looking at the outcomes in Republican-driven areas versus Democratic-driven areas, right? Or states, for that matter. And it turns out that just as Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, came out and said, how can Democrats possibly lose the crime message where crime is exploding in states generally controlled by Republicans, red states? There was a great piece or a great activity that occurred during a debate, a great incident that occurred during a debate where the challenger looked at the governor of Oklahoma and she said, under you, governor of Oklahoma, crime rate was doubled. It was greater than it was in California or New York. And the governor mocked her. And the people in the audience was like, sighed. And the moderator actually even got involved and said, we're going to have to fact check that. And it turns out she knew it. She was right. I want you to listen to this piece and then we'll take it on the other side.
Look at the Oklahoma debate the other night, and you see that crime is rising. Some studies show even more in red state America.
So, in this debate on Wednesday night, Oklahoma's Democratic gubernatorial nominee Joy Hoffmeister was mocked after correctly claiming that violent crime rates are higher in Oklahoma than they are in New York and California. Take a look at this.
So let's talk about the facts. The fact is the rates of violent crime are higher in Oklahoma under your watch than in New York and California. That's a fact.
Well, we'll have that fact checked by the Frontier Superintendent.
It's also a fact that medical marijuana...
Oklahomans, do you believe we have higher crime than New York or California? That's what she just said.
Safety and security is my top priority. And it will be as governor.
Yeah, that is what she just said.
Yeah,
and
it's also right.
Yeah, Oklahoma's Republican Governor Kevin Stitt interrupted her twice, saying it wasn't true in that demeaning and condescending way. But as you said, Joe Hoffmeister is right. He's wrong. According to the CDC, Oklahoma has a homicide rate of 9 deaths per 100,000 people, compared with California's rate of 6.1 and New York's rate of 4.7.
So Oklahoma's rate for homicide is twice that per capita as New York.
And based on the FBI's 2022 crime report, Oklahoma recorded nearly 15,700 violent crimes. That's 393 for every 100,000 people. Oklahoma also has the 10th highest violent crime rate in the U.S. among states reported. So, Gene Robinson, I'll toss this to you for reaction. But again, I was taken aback by how condescending the crowd appeared to be. Even the moderator, we'll have to check that fact, not knowing their state's information, and her opponent when she was 100% right.
One of the problems that we have with Democrats is they don't know how to stick the narrative and not just do it as a professor, but go out there and tell the Governor of Oklahoma, you are killing Oklahomans with your policy. You're doing so badly that it is even safer to live in New York or California. You have to do that with each of these guys that come out with the with the crime is going higher under Democrats. It's so imperative that you come out there and let it be known the crime problem is a Republican problem. Why is it a Republican problem? Not only that the Republican states have more crime. Republican states have more gun crimes. Why? Because these are the states where they have laissez-faire gun policies. So therefore, Republicans are detrimental to your health. Republicans are detrimental to your survival. Because again, the policies they support kills I repeat, it's not only and we can not only drive that with criminality, because we know that criminality is it's preponderant in the Republican sphere. Just look at Donald Trump. He is an outright thug, a mob boss operating thug. And you look at other of these politicians, that's just the modus operandi. And then they put on a facade of innocence. We look at the religiosity of many. We're raping children, having ministers that have all that continue. It's a criminal enterprise. And by the leaders of the Republican Party, by the big supporters of the Republican Party, it's nothing but a criminal enterprise. And that Democrats are unable to stick that, from the evangelical churches and their sex problems to Donald Trump, their master leader, and his sex and theft problems and country overthrowing problems, to every single one of these guys. You cannot lose, or you must not lose, to a party that is based on criminality. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.